Hey there, Andrew here. Today we're going to go over Facebook ads step by step, and by the end of this video you'll have all your Facebook ads set up, ready to go and feed your business with sales and leads. This is going to be one of the most valuable Facebook ads video that I've made yet. It'll be broken into 5 simple steps that I've used to make loads of money for my clients and also for my own businesses with Facebook ads alone. I've spent over 8 figures in ad spend over the last 5 to 6 years, and I'm telling you, you'll want to master Facebook ads. It can still single-handedly skyrocket your business to profitable success. I'll leave on screen here timestamp to the 5 steps, so bookmark this video, follow on, and make sure that you click that subscribe button and give this video a loving thumbs up. Give it a like if this video helps you out, and let's get stuck into it. So to give you an example, here's just one of the ad accounts that I have. Today is the 13th of February 2021, and this is when I'm making the tutorial for you. So in today alone, I have spent $5,000+ in this ad account. And if we go for this month in February and click update, you can see that I've spent a total of $56,000 for this specific ad account. So, Facebook, I'm telling you, is a very, very powerful tool. And if you can just take a fraction of what I teach you in this video and implement it, you're definitely going to see results for your business, because you can easily scale up your business and produce results with Facebook ads if you do it correctly. So if you're completely new to Facebook ads, that's awesome. It's an amazing tool for entrepreneurs and business owners. I'll be teaching you Facebook ads today, but by learning Facebook ads, you'll be able to also place ads on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp. Across these platforms, there are a total of 3.2 billion active monthly users. And so this basically means 3.2 billion potential customers we can get your business in front of. Considering there's almost 8 billion humans on earth, that is a lot of people Facebook ads can reach. That's pretty impressive. So by learning Facebook ads, it'll allow you to grow just about any type of business from scratch and build a predictable income source by investing into ads and putting money into your pocket every single day. To do this, the plan is to place your product or service in front of your ideal audience at the right time with the right offer. It works by targeting users based on their location, demographics, and other profile data, serving an ad that we've created. And then we bid for an impression, which is basically serving the ad in front of a Facebook user. They'll then click on your ad and then purchase from your online business or complete some sort of action like signing a form, for example. We then repeat the process automatically and scale it up and reach your ideal customers every single minute, and optimizing the ad so you establish a passive income stream to feed your business on autopilot. So what does a Facebook ad actually consist of though? It consists of, firstly, the creative and copy, which is the video or image and text you see when the ad is served to the user. This is arguably one of the most important parts of your ad. The next thing that you see is the funnel. This is what the Facebook ad will lead to and the marketing strategy behind the ad itself. So behind the ad itself will be the settings we tweak, such as who we target, the placement of the ad, budgeting, and scheduling. So the perfect harmony between these 3 things is what creates a successful ad that will serve you and your business for a long time to come. But Facebook ads and digital marketing has changed a lot. I've been in the space for 5+ years now, and it's moving so quickly, and that's why I'm happy to create this complete tutorial for you to watch today, because it's fully up to date, and the aim here is to give you the best introduction and strategy to succeed with Facebook ads in the fastest possible way. Alright, now let's get into the setup side of things here. This is going to be a very important section to build the right foundation to avoid any issues with Facebook, like getting rejected or banned in the future. So it's important we do the right thing and build a foundation. So if you're following on and believe you'll find success this year, comment below. I am ready to level up. So first things first, you want to open up 2 tabs. The facebook.com tab, and of course your business manager tab. So you can reach this at business.facebook.com. And so with these 2 tabs, as you can see here, I'm going to be starting from scratch so you can follow on step by step here. By the way, all the useful resources I mentioned throughout the video, along with the chapter timestamps, are below in the description box for your convenience. So the first thing is you want to log into your Facebook account. Yes, you can create a new account, but however, if you follow this approach, you're most likely not going to be able to create a business manager account immediately, because Facebook doesn't like new accounts being created and then immediately creating a business manager, because usually those accounts are spammy. So my suggestion here is log into your personal account and start using that account as your business account. All right, so I've landed on this page after logging into my Facebook account and also logging into business.facebook.com. So once you get to this page, let's explain firstly the different ad accounts that we need, because an ad account and a business manager account are two separate different things. So let's talk about the structure first. So before we move on, let's take a look at the business manager structure. So as you can see here at the top, you have the business manager. So that's what we've just logged into. And then below that, you have your line of credit and your primary page. This is essentially, either a bank account or a credit card, anything that you'll pay your ads with, and then a primary page. So this setup is really good for agencies, but this is going to look a little different if you're just creating ads for yourself and your new business. So I'll show you what that looks like. You'll still need to create a business manager account. You'll also still need a primary page. That primary page doesn't really matter what it is. It can simply be your name, for example, but this is just a shell account. And then below that, you have your admins and supporting admins. Again, if you are just doing this yourself, that's totally okay. The admin will just be yourself. Then you have ad accounts and pages. And below that, you have employees. Again, this doesn't really matter if you're not running an agency. So you'll just have your ad account and pages down here. And this is where it really matters. So your ad account and your pages is the public pages that you'll be advertising on. So that's what we're creating right now. We've created the business manager account, and now we need to create an ad account to represent our business. All right, so to do this, first you need to create a page. So click underneath the business tools, go underneath and click business settings, then you'll arrive at this page here. Go ahead and fill out these details here, your legal name of business, your address, your business phone number. All of these things are very important to notify that you are indeed a legitimate business and that you're verified with Facebook. So make sure you go ahead and fill out these details, then click on pages. And on here, as you can see, I don't have any pages yet. So you can either connect a pre-existing page. So for instance, if you have a client, then you want to request access to that page, or if you're advertising for yourself, then connect or create a brand new page and then connect it right here. So click add. As you can see, you can add a page, request access to a page, which is what you want if you're working with a client, or you can create a brand new page. It's totally up to you. So in this case, we're going to create a new page. So I'm going to click brand or product. And then let's just type in Andrew Zeng test page, choose a category. So in this case, I've just clicked brand and then click create page. So as you can see here, it's automatically created a page. You can then click view page to actually view that page and then go ahead and edit that page. Then what you want to do is go ahead and fill out this page, add in a logo, add in a cover photo, create a username, post content on your page, because no doubt when people see your ad, they will click through to your page and you'll want to have enticing content on your page. So go ahead and do that. Then once you've spruced up your page, come back here, click add accounts and follow the exact same process and create an ad account for your business manager. So going back to remind you, we've created the business manager. We'll hook it up to our line of credit, so our credit card or bank account and your primary page. And then you want to create that page, which you've just created, and then your ad accounts. Go ahead and create your ad account, then come back in here. And a few more things that we want to do is make sure that you go to brand safety, go click domains, add in your domain here, which is, obviously your website that you're selling from. Then click payment accounts or payment methods, I should say, and click add payment method. Then from here, obviously you'll add in your debit card or your credit card. So once that's all done, you will now have a business manager, you'll have a Facebook page, and you'll have a line of credit set up, which might be your credit card, debit card. and you will verify all your account information from this page here, which is business.facebook.com. Once that's all done, we are ready to move on to the next step. Moving on to the Facebook pixel, this thing is extremely important and there's no reason you shouldn't install it if you're starting out with Facebook ads. So to get to this section, you simply scroll down under data sources and click pixels, and then you'll arrive at this page here. So the pixel is a piece of code basically we'll tag your website with. So this little piece of code will basically collect data from your website, communicating with the Facebook ads platform, so we can do things like show specific ads to the people who have visited your website, tap into more powerful targeting features on Facebook, see the analytics behind the money you spend, and overall help us to sell more effectively. So pretty important stuff. So go ahead and then click add and create your Facebook pixel. Now there's a certain way to do this as well, so I'll guide you through this. So pixel name, you want to name it something pretty simple. You know, the automated name that comes up is usually fine, unless you have a specific naming convention you want to go with. Then check your website for easy setup options. Again, this is optional. This is up to you. Depending on what platform you're setting this up on, it will be easy all the way through to, you know, a little difficult. So if you're using Shopify, for example, it is as simple as inserting in a number, then everything is done for you. If you're using, let's say, a custom WordPress website, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So you can use this website checker field here just to check what sort of platform you're on, and then how to set everything up. So I'm gonna go ahead and click continue, then click set up the pixel right now. So again, this is up to you on depending on what platform you're on. You want to either add the code using a partner integration, which is exactly what I mentioned. So with Shopify, you simply just insert in the numbers. You can also manually add the pixels to your website, which is what I'm going to do here. And so what you're going to do is click this to a clipboard, right? And then copy and paste this into the header section of your website in the head tag. So as you can see here, this is what we want to see. So this is a little bit more advanced if you're not used to, you know, playing around with your website or using HTML code. But for most of you, you can simply go through, add a code using an integration, and then you can simply select the platform that you're on and then just follow the instructions. All right, so once you've created the actual pixel and you've inserted it into your website, right, let's move on to the next step, which is click open in Event Manager, because what we need to do now is once you actually have this piece of code in your website, you also need to tell Facebook, all right, what is a purchase? How does it interact with your customers? Click continue pixel setup here, click Facebook pixel, click connect. You know, we've already installed the base code. Then you want to make sure to click turn on automatic advanced matching. This is basically telling Facebook, yes, I want more customer data, so we're more easily able to target them. Then click continue. So then you're going to use this tool here and then set up the different conversion events on your website. I'm not going to show you how to do this in this tutorial, but if you have any questions on this specific step, because I know it gets confusing, just reach out to me if you're confused and I'm able to help you out. Beyond this, before we start creating an ad, please, please, please make sure that you read the advertising policies, all right? So you can reach this page on facebook.com/policies/ads. This is so important. This is basically your Facebook ads Bible. And this is how you're going to avoid getting, you know, your ads rejected, getting banned on Facebook, running into issues with Facebook ads. You'll need to read this consistently, constantly, because it's being updated almost weekly. And all of these is rules that Facebook ads follows very strictly. And if you, for example, you want to promote alcohol, you know, you can't do that. If you want to very strictly promote dating, you can't do that. This is part of restricted content. So make sure that you follow all the rules underneath the advertising policies, because So many people end up running into issues with Facebook ads because they don't follow the advertising policy. So make sure that you bookmark this page, take a read before we move on. Alright, well done for getting this far in this tutorial. So in this section, I'll be sharing a couple new strategies to set up successful ads this year, taking into consideration everything that has changed over the past few years. So the aim here is to do 3 things. Create the ad itself, create popularity and buzz behind your product and service, and then actually funneling the customers to your website to sell the product or service. We're first going to create social proof, which is the popularity and buzz I mentioned on the ad itself. So I'll show you how to easily get hundreds of likes, comments, and engagement on your ad with only about $10 to $20 to start off with. Okay, so to create that buzz and engagement for that $10 to $20 that I was talking about, we need to understand how we're gonna structure this. So whenever it comes to creating any Facebook ad, you have 3 levels. So at the top level, you have the campaign, which is where you sort of set, the name of the campaign, the budget optimization. Then underneath that, you have the ad set. This is where you tell Facebook who you're gonna target, where they come from, their interests, that sort of stuff. Then beneath that, you have the ad. So the ad is literally the Facebook ad that you see, the picture, the video, the text, the ad itself. So before we jump in and create that engagement ad to create that buzz, we first need the ad. We need to create the ad. So to create the ad, you don't need Photoshop, you don't need anything spectacular. Although I personally do use those pieces of software, you can simply start off with either Canva or another piece of software that I'll show you. So with Canva, it's really easy to start creating, as you can see down here, video ads or even just post and picture ads. So to do this, you can simply click create social media posts or marketing posts. So let's go down and click animated social media posts, for example. Then you can go ahead and I'm going to skip the tour, and then you can go ahead and click what you want to create. So in this case, let's just be straightforward and go with this one here. So in this case, maybe let's go with 50% off all styles, free shipping. Obviously this is not ideal because we have no clue what we're selling here. But the point is, you want to create an enticing image or video that captures the attention when people are scrolling down their feed. This is so extremely important. And I would say the ad creative is literally 60 to 70% of your ad itself. Now, another piece of software that I always use is Placeit. This is great for those who are selling apparel or any product that needs a mock-up, masks, for example, mugs, for example, that type of stuff. But beyond that, they also do create, if you go into designs, they also do allow you to create Facebook posts or banner ads, that sort of stuff. So let's click Facebook posts. As you can see here, it's similar to Canva. And by the way, I will leave all links down below in the description box to free trials and also discounts to Placeit as well. So go ahead, and if you're going to use these tools, go ahead and check out those links. So with this, it's very similar. You just click in and you can completely customize it on the fly without using Photoshop or, like Adobe Premiere Pro. So pretty nifty tools here that you can start using and then download. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one here. So I'm going to log in and actually download this. So now that we've created and downloaded our piece of creative, we're now going to import this all into Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, so this engagement campaign will help create the social proof we need, and also was a decent way to actually test the effectiveness of the ad and the product we're testing. So the first thing you need to do is click create, and then we need to click engagement as the campaign objective. That's really important. It's under consideration. Don't go to conversions straight off the bat. This is something a little different that I do, and it's a great way to test a product and also produce that social buzz around the ad. Now, under engagement type, go click post engagement and then name your campaign. Let's just go with test and click continue. Then from here, everything should be as is. We don't want to actually switch on campaign budget optimization for this specific strategy. We want to manage the budget on the ad set level. More on that in a moment. So click next. So that was the campaign level, and now we're at the new ad set level. So there's a few more things we need to do. So the ad set name, just insert a name that works for you. With the budget, now with the budget, I usually stick with $10 just to start off with. Again, that's more than enough just to get 100 likes, a few comments, shares, etc., just to get the social proof rolling for your ads. So to show others that hey, this is something that you should pay attention to. There's actually a lot of people engaging with this specific post. So that's the aim of this, and for $10, it's more than enough. So I'm going to change this to 10. And then with a start date, I usually like to have it starting the next following day. So instead of today, we'll go with Sunday, 14th. And then I usually like to have it early in the morning. For the end date, I usually like to manually monitor things and turn it off without having it automatically end. This is sort of up to you, and it also depends on the strategy that we're taking. But in this specific case, it's totally up to you if you want to set an end date, but definitely let this ad run for at least a few days. Okay, so with the audience, make sure it's really broad. This is one of the tricks with the engagement campaign. So if, let's say, we have a dog leash that we're selling, then we want to go fairly broad. So, whoops, I'm clicking on custom audiences. We want to go down here, and with locations, I usually actually go with global. The reason being is because you want cheaper engagement. And if you're going specifically just with the United States, then you're going to be paying more actually. And because we're just going with, the aim of this is just to get more comments, to get more likes, then it doesn't matter where they're coming from in the first place. So we can actually go global in this case. Age, again, I go very, very broad because it doesn't matter who is interacting with this ad just to gain social proof, genders or genders. What does matter though is demographics and targeting, because we want to serve this ad to people that are interested in the product that we're selling, therefore they'll engage with the actual ad. So you actually want to go with something still broad but relevant. So if we're selling dog leashes, we can just go with, just type in animal, and you can go as broad as this targeting here. So we're just going to go with animal. Usually I'll actually have a list of locations that I can input automatically, saved as a preset. I recommend you going broad, but at the same time, you want to make sure it's English speaking countries, therefore they can actually comment. We can simply do this actually by going into down here. We can click languages, or you can click languages, click English, click all, and that's that. So if it's too broad, we can always narrow it down by clicking narrow audience, and let's just say dogs, for example. There we go. And you can see the potential reach is 190 million people. This is a lot of people that we're going to be targeting. But again, that's completely fine because this is an engagement campaign. This is a great strategy to get you started with. Then another thing we need to change is placement. This is where we're actually going to place the ad, what sort of platforms we want to place on. Now with this specific strategy, we want to go with manual placements and get rid of everything and just have your Facebook and Instagram feed. So we're going to be advertising on Instagram and Facebook, and that's literally it. All right. So that way we can collect the comments and the likes on just the newsfeed placements and then use them again in the future. So I want to show you how to set up Instagram as well. So let's click next. So you can see here, I already have my Facebook page and Instagram pages connected, and I'll show you how to connect to your Instagram page in just one moment. But let's pretend you already have your Instagram account connected, and I want to show you how to set up this ad first. Then I'll show you how to set up the Instagram account. So bear with me for a few more minutes, and let's follow on. All right, so with the ad setup and ad creative setup, what I usually like to do when it comes to the engagement campaign is actually create the post on my Facebook page and then insert it as an existing post. So you can just select your post here. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to create the ad right here so I can show you how to set this all up. If you have any questions about this, let me know down in the comments below. So we're going to use that piece of creative that we just created together and insert it into this media. So we're just uploading the video right now, and make sure that you include a primary text and call to action button. So with the primary text, this is copywriting 101. So make sure that you have an enticing message here. Usually I like to have a hook line. So a hook line is something that sort of stops people and they're able to read it, and it intrigues them to a point where they want to continue finishing reading the ad. You have your hook line, then you have your details, and then your call to action, which is also part of the call to action button. All right. So if you can structure it like this, you'll be golden. Feel free to add emojis if it's part of your branding message. And with the call to action button, this obviously depends on what you're selling, but in this case, we're gonna click shop now, and then we'll have our website URL. So as you can see here, it's already looking relatively decent. Let me zoom in here. And you get the point that we need to stop people's from scrolling and capture people's attention so they actually look at the ad and click through. So the first step is to have a scroll stopper. That's part of the creative, the video that you have. It's got to be interesting enough to stop the person from scrolling through their feed. And then the call to action and the text, aka the copy, needs to be powerful enough to get them to click through to the website. So this is looking pretty decent. We're going to leave it as is. So that is how you set up the creative and the copy. As with the tracking stuff down here, we don't need to worry about that at the moment. This is more advanced. So you should leave it as is. And then let's go into the Instagram connection page. So I'll show you how to connect up your Instagram. This is really important because you can have the option of just using your Facebook page, but because we're collecting likes and comments on both your Instagram page and Facebook page, I highly recommend that you at least create an Instagram page and connect it up and start using that. So I'll show you how to do that now. So to get to this page here under Instagram accounts, you just simply need to click business settings, then come under accounts and go all the way down to Instagram accounts. You'll probably have a blank page here, then you'll click add, and then from here you just click connect your Instagram account, and that's as simple as that. You just log into your Instagram account, the newly created one that you just created, and then you'll link up your Instagram account. You'll probably need to give it a few minutes for it to propagate, and once it's connected, all you need to do is link it up to your ad account. All right, so you go under ad account and then you connect up this Instagram account, and then you can simply start using it back in the ad creation that we were just looking at, and then you just link it up there. So just one note though for the engagement campaign strategy, this is a great way again to get that social proof so people actually pay attention to your ad, but don't expect to get sales on engagement campaigns immediately. Although it's not impossible, if you do get sales on engagement campaigns and you're really onto something here, but the point is not to actually get sales. So if you're paying $30-$40 to start this engagement campaign, it's okay. Look at it as an investment, and that's really important. You're not looking to make a profit immediately off your engagement campaigns. But now I'll move on to a different campaign type where we are going to make sales with this campaign type. All right, so the next strategy, the focus now is to get our sales and purchases and conversions. So this is probably why you're here. This is the exciting stuff. So let me scroll on over and show you the purchase conversions value here. So we have a purchase conversion value of over $500,000 with $88,000 spent. So these are some of the results that you can see for yourself once you scale up your ad in your store or your business. So really the viability of Facebook ads is absolutely insane. And hopefully this demonstrates it for you. If I add in another row for ROAS, which is return on ad spend, let me add that in as well. Click total, then update this. You can see some of the ROAS here for years and years has been 7 times, 3 times, 4 times, etc. So it's been pretty crazy to see some of these results. So anywho, moving on, what we're going to do with this one here is now click create and then click on conversions as the campaign objective. That's important. So we're moving from engagement to now conversions, and then click continue. You're gonna do the usual stuff like name your campaign and that good stuff. For this, we're actually gonna turn on campaign budget optimization. All right, and the budget really depends on what you have to spend. I'm gonna keep it on $20 for now, and then click next. Moving on to the ad set level, this is the important part. So with conversion events, we're basically going to tell the pixel that we installed together on your website what we want it to do, what sort of conversion event that we want. So if you click on choose conversion event, we don't want to rush into purchases. And this is a common mistake that many people make. We want to use a low level event such as add to cart to start off with, because we want to collect that data up front. That's not to say you won't get any purchases. If you do get purchases, that's absolutely amazing. But once you go up the ladder, so to speak, and finally optimize towards purchases, that's when you get most of your profit. So stick with a low level conversion event such as add to cart first, and look at it like a stepping stone or a ladder to the final conversion event, which is purchases. Then scrolling down, everything will remain ultimately the same, except the way you target things will be different. Now, this is obviously going to be very dependent on the product that you sell, the business, and your strategy that you take. But in this case, this is a beginner's tutorial, so I'm going to go really broad and just say that, go with a finite location. So find out who your key target market is. It might be the US, might be Canada, Australia, wherever it might be, and go with a more niche approach. All right, so your potential reach, you don't want it to be 18 million people. You want it to be more like 1 million or so people. So moving on. Placement, you can now go manual placement and open it up a little bit more. The point here is you still want to use the same exact ad that we created earlier in this video, and because we'll have that social proof on that ad now, we'll have the people engaging with it, we'll have the 100+ likes on it, and that just helps us get more people through to our website. So we don't need to do anything here except just use a pre-existing creative. So instead of saying create ad, we want to use an existing post, select that existing post that we created earlier, and that's that. So there we have it. I know this was a very long video, but now you have the tools and step-by-step guide to creating a profitable Facebook ad campaign to start off with. Now just remember, Facebook ads is easy to start, but difficult to master and perfect. So don't give up if you don't immediately see sales. Your ad is only as good as your website. So make sure you're spending time sending your customers to a well-curated and optimized website. Facebook ads and digital marketing in general is a skill you most definitely do not want to sleep on. If it wasn't for my experience and working with Facebook, Google, and a host of big international clients directly, I would have burnt through a lot of my own personal money with no return and no clue what I was doing. But I know not all of you don't work with large multinationals or have access to teams at Facebook, for example. And so my personal Facebook ads program, Social Marketing Mastery, is open right now, and we're taking students in for a personal mentorship program, and you'll get direct access to me. You'll be able to send me any questions or issues you run into when it comes to Facebook ads. Check your ads and be there along with you on your journey. Plus you'll get, of course, 70+ step-by-step in-depth video lessons and a heap of ad strategies. We've seen a lot of students go through this program and scale up their business to 5 and even 6 figures monthly. So the link is down below to enter Social Marketing Mastery. And finally, if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, give this video a like and subscribe for more weekly videos and lessons. This tutorial took some time to make, so your support in the form of a few clicks is always so much appreciated. I'll also leave on screen here some useful videos to help you on your journey in building your business. And don't forget, all the links and tools I mentioned throughout the tutorial are in the description box below. Also, feel free to comment below if you have any questions. I always try and get through as many comments as possible.